Welcome to another episode of Fusion Nerds Podcast with your host, Mikey and the two Krises. Tim might join us, he might not. He never responded to my text. He might be playing Destiny, doing some raids, being a nerd, or he might be at work. I don't know. But anyways, Tim should have, I don't think he did, we should have all watched Dune.
He probably saved himself.
It was a good, almost 3-hour movie. And
felt like forever.
Yeah.
It was a long, yeah.
You guys go first, because I think I'm going to have a different view than you guys.
Somebody tweeted this.
Don't worry about spoilers, just spoil it, whatever.
Yeah,
we don't care on this
Don't
podcast.
bother watching it, and I just spoiled it for you. It's not good. Somebody tweeted this, and it made sense to me. It says, the film does a good job of capturing the literary experience of quitting Dune somewhere in the middle, but still telling people you read it. That sums it up. It's just not good. It's boring. I got lost, and I didn't understand what was going on, and there wasn't even that many people to even get lost. Like, I had no reason to get lost. And I was lost.
Yeah.
And then you got the giant butthole. That's all I remember. The giant butthole. That's all I remember.
I was really sad that they only ever showed the worm at the very end.
Like the whole worm?
Yeah, like you only ever get a good view of the worm at the end.
I think you get the idea of it. I mean, I don't think you need to see the whole worm.
I just felt like I watched a movie, and like I was watching a movie on my DVR, and the DVR shut off before the movie was over. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. I'm just going to say something. Where this movie ended is halfway through the original movie.
Right, and and it's part one.
Yeah, they legitimately. I saw that when I first started the movie on Friday, and I saw part one. And I'm like, oh god, what is this?
It's a 3-hour movie. That's part one.
Yeah. Was it going to be a 6-hour movie in total?
I don't know. It's just not. I did not. I tried to go in with an open mind. I'm like, and I kind of got into it at the beginning, but the characters are so boring. Like, they're so bland. There's no personality to any of them. They all talk the same. They all sounded depressed. I mean, I guess I'd be depressed too if I lived on a planet of sand, or taking over a planet of sand and having to move to a planet of sand. It just didn't make sense.
He who controls the spice controls the universe.
Whatever.
Till
the Death Star shows up and blows the freaking planet up.
There's no space travel without spice.
Right, I know that.
Okay, I'm glad, but
I'm surprised it's the only place that has spice though. And they're so futuristic. Why can't they have another possibility, like another technology that can time travel?
Do you want me to get into the lore of Dune? I've read the book.
Like, I'm sure spice is more efficient and everything. Like, no, it's not. Okay, I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
They can't fuel their ships with anything else but spice.
No. The fuel isn't. The spice isn't for the ships. It's for the navigators, the Spacing Guild. You know when they were all getting off that ship and the guys in the helmets, those guys were the navigators for the Spacing Guild.
What's the Spacing Guild?
The guild that uses the spice to travel between stars.
Yeah, it doesn't explain anything.
It doesn't explain anything.
It says 10,000 AD, but that's 10,000 years actually after the formation of the Spacing Guild. It's actually 20,000 years from now. And what happened was machines enslaved humanity. And so the family from the emperor's family led a revolt. It was something called the jihad. They turned it religious to get more people to join it. Basically, they revolted against the machines, and it was illegal. It's illegal throughout the entire universe to have thinking machines. Even like a calculator, you would be killed for having a calculator. So spice is the only thing that gives people the ability to, hey, you can go this way and not run into any asteroids.
Oh.
And the Spacing Guilds are the only people that are allowed, or that can use spice in that way. It's basically a monopoly. and then those nuns are trying to create a Messiah, basically, to reform the.
Oh, the ones with the face covering?
Yeah,
So
the nuns.
what you're saying is I might have enjoyed it more if I'd have been high.
Yeah. You would have enjoyed it more if you were high.
I mean, I think the movie did try to explain it the best they could, but I think the people that never watched the original movie or never read the book, they're just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
They're like, it's brand new to them. I mean, it was brand new to me. I tried to like absorb everything I could and tried to put pieces together and stuff, but it just wasn't like. We always kept on saying, like, who's the emperor? It never showed.
Yeah.
Did it ever? It
never showed the emperor.
It never showed
It
the
always
emperor.
talked about the emperor. I
Yeah.
couldn't tell whose side was on who. I couldn't like.
Yeah.
Because there was treason back and forth, and
Mhm.
there was lots of like backstabbing, and there was all that.
It had me for the first 20 minutes. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I loved the fighting scenes were cool.
yeah. I mean, it. Well, I think did you just say it was like stunningly like it was beautiful. It was a beautiful.
so
movie.
yeah, everybody says in all of the reviews, visually stunning, visually beautiful. My opinion. This is my opinion. If a movie is visually stunning, it is the equivalent to being set up on a blind date by your friend, and you ask them if they're good looking or not, and they say that they have a nice personality. That's exactly what I mean. Well, is it any good? Oh, it's visually stunning. But is it any good?
Yeah.
It looks great on the screen. I mean, it's visually stunning. That's exactly what it means.
That's part of what it should mean for a good movie to be good, but it doesn't encapsulate the whole what it means.
Right.
I mean, there's another half to it that needs to be defined.
So I can, if so, to put a positive spin on episode 1, it's visually stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The score.
It was.
The score slapped.
Yeah, I did like the score. Like the way they used lights and darks, that was awesome. I don't know. I'm sure there's a good word for it, but exposure. I don't know.
That works for me.
And then I loved the design of all the ships and the weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
And then I guess how different people had abilities almost. I don't know why they would.
What do you mean, like?
Like the truth sayers. That
Oh.
was cool. And then the guy who rolls his eyes back to his head and does math or looks at the
Yeah,
stars.
because
I
they've
don't
been
know.
they've been specifically bred to be very smart at math
Well,
and
then
stuff.
they hyped Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista, and those guys are in maybe 10 minutes combined.
Batista's not even in the movie.
And Zendaya.
Zendaya.
You barely see, you see her visions.
15 minutes. Zendaya, Dave Bautista, and Jason Momoa are in it.
Jason
15
Momoa
minutes
had
combined.
really good parts.
Yeah,
He fought all those.
Yeah, his character was awesome.
Yeah. No, but Zendaya is supposed to be a very in the original movie. That character is really important, but now it's just that was one of my problems. Like they hyped up. Hey, Zendaya's in this movie,
Because
guys. Zendaya's
that's
in
how
this movie.
they expect to get people to the box office to watch this.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to get a sequel.
I'm sure they did the same thing in Star Wars with the Silver Trooper and Brianna Tarth or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they basically did the same thing with her.
Yeah.
Like, hey, she's in this and you better see her.
But all right, so my thoughts on the movie, I liked it, but also I've seen the original, I've read the book, I've played the video games. The video games are really good. The book's really good. It's long and just as confusing, but I've read it twice. But I liked it. I don't think it's going to get a sequel because I don't think it's going to have it. It's going to bomb. I wonder how much money it made. I'm going to look it up right now.
Well, domestically, it did shitty. Well, they said, it won.
They'll probably win awards, and that's what's going to get it to this. I think they'll rake up enough cash somehow, but it's going to get awards, and it's going to get
It grossed
second movie.
41 million.
Shoot, I feel like I need to watch the second movie now. I mean, I don't really want to, but
I will not. I can
finish it.
I can be perfectly comfortable not knowing
Yeah.
how it ends because
I'm going to tell you exactly how it ends. It's going to end exactly like the first movie.
It says worldwide gross is 221. but it was over $300 million. It was 165 to make the movie plus promotion and all that stuff, which was over $300 million. So it might break even.
I think it was really good that it came out on HBO. I don't think it would have done anything if it came out in just theaters.
I think that was the only way to get more people to see it, to put eyes on it.
Yeah, but I thought it was very faithful to the original movie. It was very faithful to the books, almost too faithfully. Which brings me to my next topic. I think movies and TV shows that are too faithful to the source content almost never do too well. Like the new Resident Evil movie is very faithful to the original Resident Evil game.
Good.
From the trailers, at least, that we can tell.
Yeah, it looked good to me. I mean, I would watch it.
Is that going to be bad? Because it always seems like stuff that's too faithful has issues.
And it's always hard making a movie from a video game. See what Sonic did. They had
yeah, but Sonic was good. Sonic was great.
You can use that example of Pet Sematary, the movie.
Yeah.
So I read the book, and the movie, the first one, is very faithful to the original, to the book. It's pretty close. When they redid it, then the kid they buried was a girl. It was a little girl instead of a little boy. I don't know why they changed it. It's a good movie, but it's not as good as the book, which I know you can't include everything from a book.
Yeah.
But like even the Black Stallion when it went from book to movie, the movie stayed pretty faithful.
Well, after reading I read the first Game of Thrones book and a half, and it's pretty faithful, except it's missing some characters. Some characters die differently, and it's very faithful for the first few seasons.
It's funny how if it's fiction and it doesn't stay completely faithful to the book, you're kind of okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's real story, true life, you don't always stick to, because they don't always stick to a nonfiction book. They don't always stick to the original story. They change stuff around all the time.
Well, sometimes you have to. Sometimes it just makes the story better. Remember, Sposato said why do they change history in these movies?
Yeah.
Because the real story's good enough, and
I agree.
In our opinion, but let's look at what was Orlando Bloom's where he was a crusader. What was that movie called?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Kingdom of Heaven.
Yeah, Kingdom of Heaven. Kingdom of Heaven mixed up characters left and right. Like Orlando Bloom's character did not exist at the same time. Was not alive at the same time as Liam Neeson's character.
Really?
And then the king wasn't at the same time either. They had Saladin really close, but they didn't have Richard the Lionheart fighting Saladin because they were seen as equals. But it was they changed up too much and kind of broke the story of the Kingdom of Heaven, basically.
Okay.
But I don't know I'm trying to think of a movie that's really like faithful.
I'm trying to too, but even like a nonfiction, because Goodfellas is based on Wise Guy.
Yeah.
Now I know they had to change character names for the movie, because if you use the exact names, then their family can come back and get royalties. Because like Joe Pesci's character, he was Tommy D. That's all he was through the movie. But the real guy was Tommy DeSimone. And Jimmy Conway was not Jimmy Conway. Jimmy Conway was his birth name, but it wasn't his legal name because his name changed. So that was Robert De Niro's character. The only character that was real in that movie is Henry Hill, because the movie's based on his book.
Uh-huh.
But they changed a little bit, but that movie's still good. That's one of the few. Now you go to Public Enemies, which is about John Dillinger. that movie's all over the place. They got people dying where they ain't supposed to be dying, and the people are dying are out of time. Like they're dying, like they got Machine Gun Kelly dying before John Dillinger. That didn't happen. And they have Babyface Nelson dying at the shootout up in Wisconsin, and that didn't happen then either. So, which really pissed me off because I read the book. But if you, like my cousins who had never read the book, loved the movie because they didn't know the source material. Or I'm like, how do you mess up? But then also you could go movies based on TV shows because that Miami Vice movie was horrible.
I always forget about that movie.
God, what a piece of crap. That should have been much better. That could have been like a Bad Boys. I mean, essentially should have been.
Yeah.
Like a more serious type of Bad Boys movie. Not that piece of crap that I fell asleep in the movie theater watching. That really happened.
What movies have you fallen... not to change it, but it was just kind of a fun topic. What movies have you guys fallen asleep at the theater?
Miami Vice. Ocean's 8.
Okay. Who dragged you to see that movie?
I was married at the time.
Okay.
That was part of that. You go to the movie that you don't want to go see because they want to.
Yeah.
I just happened to fall asleep. I didn't mean to fall asleep. It just happened.
Did she give you a talk?
Oh my God. I got so much crap for it because I fell asleep. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's just not a good movie. You're just saying that because I picked it. I'm like, no. It's just, I didn't like it. If you love it, that's wonderful. I'm so happy you loved it. Good for you. I did not like it at all. We can have differing opinions just because we're married. Don't mean we have to have the same opinion about a movie. You won't even watch Game of Thrones, so don't even go there. So, I know I fell asleep through those. What was the 3D? It was based on the video game. It came out a couple years ago.
Sonic?
No. It's a computer game.
Oh,
No.
the one where they're going to like the VR.
No.
Ready Player One?
No. Ready Player One's really good.
Ready Player One's probably one of the best.
I love
video
that.
games.
I love that movie. What is it? I don't know. It's where
Gamer?
No. Oh shit.
Low key. That is an underrated movie. Gamer with what's his face? Gerald Butler.
It's like they play on the game they play.
War Game?
No, War Games. That's a great movie with Matthew Broderick. I love that movie.
Did you ever see the remake?
No,
don't.
I don't want to see the remake. It's a computer game. It's old as hell, and they play it on Big Bang Theory, where you become a character. Huh? No, you become like a character,
Snake.
and
Snake.
I don't know. It has to do with kingdoms and like warlocks and
Warcraft.
Warcraft. That's it. I fell asleep during Warcraft.
That movie was
The
good.
only reason, and it was 3D. And the only reason I got busted because I started snoring.
I honestly liked Warcraft. A lot of people didn't, but I thought it was good.
I think I felt like I fell asleep during a lot of movies. It's real.
I think I elbowed you once or twice before when we.
I guarantee it.
So, wake up.
It had to be. I know there's one I distinctly remember. It was not Casino Royale, the one after it.
Quantum of Solace.
No. Is it Quantum of Solace?
Yeah, it's Quantum of Solace the second one.
No.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
So it's not Quantum of Solace?
No.
I'm looking it up.
The one
Skyfall?
after- There you go.
Skyfall is the third one.
Okay, well that one. It might have been Quantum of Solace actually. It was one of those.
Yeah, it goes Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, No Time to Die.
Spectre's terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Quantum of Solace is worse.
Yeah, it was one of. It was one of those. I forget which one it was, but yeah.
You're gonna hate me for the one that one of the ones I fell asleep in. Invincible.
Invincible.
About the guy that went to the open tryout for the Eagles.
Oh, I love that movie with Mark Wahlberg. What is wrong with you? That's a great movie.
I fell asleep during that movie.
God,
it was so boring.
It is so good.
No,
It's about Vince Papali. Yeah, that one's kind of embellished a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Like Rudy.
Yeah.
Rudy's very embellished too.
Rudy was a jackass too, apparently.
That's very embellished.
But the other movie I distinctly remember was Shape of Water.
Yeah.
I heard that movie was going to be so good because it won like awards and shit.
That doesn't mean
That don't mean
jack
anything.
Oh, that was before I knew that. I think that movie is why I don't trust the Oscars or any like awards anymore. Because all I heard is how good it was, and all I distinctly remember is the guy is like, "I only work out my left side." And he's all jacked on his one side. It's like Quagmire after he discovers online porn.
I think that's the only ones I fell asleep to.
I know I fell asleep a little bit during the second viewing of Shang-Chi.
I fell asleep during the second viewing of episode 1.
I fell asleep during my 5th viewing of of Force Awakens. I saw that movie 5 times in theaters.
5th viewing?
I saw it 3 times with the guys. I saw it 3 times with the guys. The second time I saw it by myself. The 5th time was I went to a double feature with that and Force Awakens and
that'd have been a good one.
Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I went to the double feature. It was me, Mark, and Baron.
Man, I miss double features.
I think the one movie I went to the most during the watch at the movie theater was Hot Tub Time Machine. I went there like 4 or 5 times just to watch that movie.
Are you kidding?
And plus, I think I still work at the movie theater, so it was all free. But
You, Eric, and Jake Schmidt loved that
Hot
movie.
Tub Time Machine's freaking awesome.
Time Machine. The second one sucked balls.
It was awful.
The second one never happened. We don't talk about that movie.
Super Troopers 2. That was.
It never happened.
Super Troopers 2 has some funny moments.
Yeah, but Hot Tub Time Machine 2 was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
God, that one is terrible. Oh, most movie I've seen at the theater. That could be anything. God, that could be.
It's Force Awakens for me. I saw it 5 times.
That could be A New Hope, because it was out for a year.
And then dollar.
Then it was dollar theater and
Yeah.
get rid of the kids. Then, like when Empire came out, they re-released Star Wars, so you went and seen it again. Then when they released Jedi, you watched it again. Then they released it.
Anything else to do back then?
Then no,
3 channels.
we had 3 channels. Then when they re-released it in '97, it was the 25th. Was it '97? The 20th, the 20th anniversary, where they added all the extra shit. You went to go see it then. So that's up there. Raiders of the Lost Ark is the same way. Superman 2, oddly enough, because it was at the Dollar Theater, and it would the reason Raiders of the Lost Ark and Superman 2 are up there is because they played it at the ISIS downtown for $1. It was a double feature.
Where was the ISIS?
What?
Where was that theater? I forget.
The ISIS. It was,
Sorry, you said ISIS.
the ISIS. ISIS was on the corner of Superior and Main Street.
Okay.
It's a parking lot now.
Well, I know. I remember where Chipotle is now. There used to be a theater there.
Chipotle. Yeah,
That used to be the big one before AMC or Carasodas built a new spot.
No, that's not true. No, that's not. That's wrong. There was only there was a movie theater where Five Guys is now. Yeah, that was the big theater.
Yeah, it moved over. No, it moved over.
It moved over to what we got now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was a movie theater in the Markland Mall.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
That was I thought that we used to think that was the nicest one.
It was a nice theater.
But you know what? I forgot. I just remembered. It didn't have cup holders. You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember every movie theater never had cup holders.
What? Are cup holders just a 21st century?
Yeah, it's actually in the last 20 years that movie theaters have cup holders.
And cars started to get big ones that fit your big cup.
Right.
Your 50 ounce.
Where you know what? On Elizabeth, behind that plaza behind the movie theater,
Yeah.
used to be a 2-screen movie theater. There.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and that was back in the 70s, early 80s, and I saw Star Wars there on Christmas night. I saw Close Encounters of the Third Kind there.
I will watch that movie again.
We used to go to that one. All Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie played there, but the ISIS was great because they had War Games with something. It was a double feature.
Where Lowe's used to be a drive-in theater.
That's right.
The closest drive-in theater now is in Wabash.
Yes, the 1824.
I thought there's one. There's one up in.
There's one in
Monticello.
Monticello too. Yeah.
Oh, is that Wabash closer?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Wabash is not even an hour drive.
Well, it's the 1824, so it's on 24.
Yeah, you drive through Wabash.
Okay.
Well, you usually take 31 up to
24.
24, then 24 through
North,
Wabash.
and then it's
Okay.
or is it 1824 or 1324? It's 1324.
I just remember anytime I'd go drive to when I went to Manchester, I'd drive past.
Yeah,
it
that's
all the
13.
time.
Yeah, 1324. It's the 1324 drive. Yeah, there used to be one, and then there was one on North 31. You can still
where that
see
flea market is.
Yeah, where that flea market is. Yeah, we saw the Jungle Book there, and I think we saw Dracula there too, with Christopher Lee. I don't remember. That one closed up shortly, and then they used to show dirty movies there all the time after they quit running First Run. We saw Zorro and the Jungle Book. I remember my mom took
a
us
drive-in theater.
Drive-in?
at the drive-in.
You go wank in your car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially.
I really want to do a drive-in
It
theater
does.
again.
When I lived in Florida, we had a drive-in. We saw as a double feature. It was Pulp Fiction and Speed. That's a great double
Oh,
feature.
wow.
that is.
That's a great double feature. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Is Speed's not Tarantino?
No,
It's Keanu.
it's Keanu.
Yeah. I know.
But still, you had Pulp Fiction and
Yeah.
Speed. I mean, that's a great double
Oh,
feature.
Now you
All you
could.
need is replacements right after that.
Right?
You can't even double feature a Tarantino movie now. They're so freaking long.
I would. I saw that when they did what was it, Death Proof, and that was a double feature originally.
Yeah, but they were short movies. Death Proof and that zombie one.
Yeah.
They did. That was a good
It
movie.
was Robert Rodriguez
Yeah.
and Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
That was a great double feature. Me and my brother wouldn't seen that.
Death Proof was not as good as the other one. The zombie movie.
I don't know. I liked the one with the car. That had Kurt Russell in the car. That was pretty badass.
Of course, you want like Kurt Russell in the car.
Kurt Russell's the man. What are you talking about? He's Wyatt Earp. I mean, he's Snake Plissken. All right.
Hey.
I mean, he's the Jungle Boy in the Gilligan's Island.
He's the soldier.
He is the soldier,
I love that movie.
but he was ultimately Tombstone. Yeah,
He's
Wyatt Earp.
he's ego.
He's Wyatt Earp. He was in Tango and Cash too. That was good with Sylvester Stallone.
Tango.
Tango and Cash.
That's a great name. Tango and Cash.
Yeah, Tango and Cash. They were cops, and they get framed for.
Of course they were. That's great. That's a great cop name.
Yeah, Tango and Cash. Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell. That's a great combination. And it had the guy from Batman. And he talks like this. And he was in
Oh, Heath Ledger?
no, not Heath Ledger. Hang
You
on.
sound like Joker there. I'm just
No,
Yeah.
not Joker. He used to do the Ripley's Believe It or Not show. And not Dean Cain.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'll tell you in a second.
I know who you're talking about.
He's an old guy.
I thought it was
Jack Palance.
Oh, okay.
Had Jack Palance in it.
Nope, that doesn't sound familiar.
No idea who that is.
You never saw City Slickers? No, you guys ain't seen City Slickers?
Nope.
God, you got to see City Slickers. It's got Billy Crystal and Bruno Kirby and Daniel Stern. They play these middle-aged guys that go, like for a birthday, they go out west and they drive cattle, like for a birthday. You can do that. You can be on a cattle drive, and Jack Palance plays Curly, and he's this hard-ass cattle.
And Mo? What about
No, his name's Curly. Actually, honestly, he won an Oscar for his. He won an Oscar for his role as Curly. When he comes out on stage, guy's like 80 years old, and he's doing one-arm push-ups. So, but Tango and Cash had Jack Palance and Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone. So anything with Kurt Russell is good. So shut up. What about Overboard? I mean, did you ever see that with Goldie Hawn?
Yeah, I watched that.
Did you see the one where the best of times?
No.
So it's him and Robin Williams, right? And Kurt Russell was the high school quarterback, and his buddy is Robin Williams, right? And Robin Williams happened to be. They had a horrible football team forever, and they were getting ready to win the state championship, and he throws the ball teenage Kurt Russell throws the ball to teenage Robin Williams, and he drops yes.
Or?
Well, yeah, they're not teenagers, but they don't play teenagers, but their character as teenagers in high school, he throws it to Robin Williams and he drops the football. So they have an opportunity to replay that game as aging adults. And they have problems with their wives, and it's
what's it called?
The Best of Times.
The Best of Times.
Yeah.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It's an underrated
1986.
It's a great movie. It is funny.
Is it a comedy?
It is a comedy. Yeah, with Robin Williams.
Yeah, it was like it must be. It doesn't play a lot.
But Kurt Russell has problems with his wife because he's a hoarder and he hoards stupid stuff, and she's mad at him, and Robin Williams cheats on his wife, and he always gets a loaner car from Kurt Russell so he can go cheat on his wife, so they won't recognize the car at the hotel because he gets a hooker.
What?
And Kurt Russell knows exactly what he's doing. And they're trying to get back together. They're so into football. All they do is watch football, right? So their wives want to get them together for dinner so they can just sit and have an adult conversation. And they schedule it on a Monday night during Monday Night Football. And they're trying to find reasons to go in the other room to watch a football game.
This is in the 80s.
It's in the 80s, yeah. It was great. It's a good movie. So anything with Kurt Russell in it is good, except, Tombstone's the greatest. Probably the greatest Western ever made.
Never seen it, so.
You've never seen Tombstone?
No.
Are you friggin' kidding me?
Nope.
I'm your Huckleberry? You don't know?
No, I've never seen it.
I thought they remade it.
Tell him I'm coming and hell's coming with me? No?
Nope.
Oh my God, you're missing out.
Yeah, I thought they remade it, but they didn't.
It's got Kurt Russell. The Earps are Kurt Russell, Bill Paxton, and what's his name? That other guy.
That's a cast
Sam
right there.
Sam Elliott. That's right.
That's a great cast.
Then we're not done yet.
Yeah.
Because you have Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday. You have Powers Booth as Curly Bill Brocious. You have Sean Bean. Not Sean Bean, right? No, Sean. Is it Sean Bean? No.
What?
No, it's the guy from the Terminator movie.
Which Terminator?
The very first one. Reese.
Oh, what's his name?
His name's...
I'm looking it up, don't worry. It's
Wow.
Michael Biehn?
Michael Biehn.
Biehn.
Michael Biehn. Then it's got an unknown name. Billy Bob Thornton plays a bit part. You've got...
Is that Michael Rooker in it?
Yeah, Michael Rooker's in it.
What's the name of the movie again?
Tombstone. Holy shit. It's got Dana Delaney in it. She looks outstanding.
Billy Zane.
Billy Zane is in it. Who's the guy
Wow,
that...
everybody has a mustache. Jeez.
Who's the guy that was in...
Michael Rooker, Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang, yeah. The only thing that is not... They took a little bit of liberty because they had to tell the whole story in a few hours.
Buck Taylor?
Yeah, I think Harry Carey Jr.'s in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they took some liberties with the story, but the only thing that wasn't true was Stephen Lang was Ike Clanton. And in the movie, he's always dirty and hot and sweaty and gross. Actually, Ike Clanton was a dresser. He loved to dress up. The real Ike Clanton did. But it is true. The way they did the gunfight at the OK Corral, probably 90% realistic with the gunfight at the OK Corral.
Huh.
But now we got to watch it. You know this,
I need
right?
some water, jeez.
We're gonna have to watch it. Because
Did you know it actually had some a descendant of Wyatt Earp? It had Wyatt Earp III in it.
Really?
Yeah.
It opened Christmas Day.
He played Billy Clay.
Clanton?
Yeah. No. Claiborne, Billy Claiborne.
Oh, he played. Okay.
Yeah, it was actually Wyatt Earp III.
Really? It's very, very close to what really happened. It is very close to what really
Have you ever been to Tombstone?
I have not. That's on my bucket list because it is clear down in BFE, Arizona.
Yeah.
It really is.
No,
you have to go to Tombstone to go to Tombstone.
Yeah. They do reenactments like every day.
They do it. They do crap like that, like in that other western town. God, I cannot think today. Deadwood.
Yeah, Deadwood.
They do reenactments in Deadwood too. And
Where's
in Cody.
Deadwood?
Deadwood's in South Dakota.
Yeah.
Cody, Wyoming, they do that too. That's where Jeremiah Johnson's buried, the real Jeremiah Johnson. Liver Eaton Johnson. So, but God, I can't believe you guys have never seen. Trust me when I say.
I tell you, I've heard of it.
The only thing that comes close to being.
Like when you're scrolling through like the channels, it's like it's not on. So it's just like you have to go actively look for Tombstone.
No, Tombstone's on like all the time.
I don't see it.
I always find Tombstone on, and every time it's on, it's like The Godfather. I have to watch it. It's like a rule. The only other westerns that top up with this one is probably Outlaw Josie Wales. Probably Unforgiven, Pale Rider, The Searchers with John Wayne, of course.
310 to Yuma.
No.
Yes, the remake of 310 to Yuma
is
amazing.
Boring as hell.
It's amazing.
It is boring.
No, it's not.
One of the greatest cowboy movies ever made is called The Long Riders, and I know you've never heard of it, but it is about Jesse James, Frank and Jesse James, and the Younger brothers. Now, here's the beauty of it, right? They go to Northfield, Minnesota. It was all true story. It's very close to reality what happened. But the people, there's like 4 sets of brothers in real life, right? Because you had Bob and Charlie Ford, and you had the Millers, and you had the Youngers, and you had the James. All the actors that played them are brothers in real life. So Frank and Jesse James was Stacy Keach and James Keach. The Youngers were the Carradines. Keith Carradine, David Carradine, Robert Carradine. The Millers were the Quaids. Randy Quaid and Dennis Quaid. And then Bob and Charlie Ford were the Christopher Guest and whatever his brother's name is. So they were brothers. They're all brothers in real life, and they played brothers.
That's pretty neat.
It's really awesome how they cast the movie.
Yeah.
So watch that one too because it's pretty freaking awesome.
I watched a western not too long ago. I meant to talk about it on here, but it was a couple months ago. It was a newer one. It's called The Kid.
Yeah.
Back in 2019.
Who's in that?
That right here.
Oh. I heard about
Chris
that.
Pratt was in it.
Who?
Chris Pratt, and then.
Oh, that's right, Christopher Pratt.
Dane DeHaan, he played Billy the Kid.
So it's about Billy the Kid?
Yeah, a little. He was kind of like, I guess he was in it, but it wasn't really like.
The Young Encounter with Billy the Kid's Encounter with Sheriff Pat Garrett. Oh. Oh, yeah, Young Guns. That's another good one, too.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke played the Sheriff Pat Garrett, the guy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad. I liked it.
I'll have to check that one out.
It was on, what did I watch it on? I think it was on Hulu, maybe?
He was in that other Western, Chris Pratt.
The Magnificent.
Yeah, that wasn't very good either.
I liked it. It was fun. It wasn't good, but...
Young Guns is good, too. That's got Emilio Estevez plays Billy the Kid. That's pretty close to somewhat what happened.
Emilio!
You're the one who saw the breakfast cover. Mighty Duck Man himself. But westerns nowadays, they're trying to get us realistic.
Watch, I can't even name that movie.
Night at the Roxbury.
Night at the Roxbury. You need to watch it if you haven't watched it. It's a classic.
What are you doing? Calling the ambulance because you stopped my heart.
I don't remember that part.
Oh my God.
I do remember that part.
Doug is like a fax machine. You can take away our keys. You can take away, what is it? You can take away your stuff, but you can't take away our dreams. That's right, because we're like sleeping when we have them. It's just so stupid. That is a genius movie. It really is.
It's
I'm surprised they got
Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan.
yeah.
Chris Kattan. I feel like he was a one and done. I don't know about him, but
He was really big on SNL.
Because it was an SNL skit.
that's
That's where that came from. It was
Okay.
it was an
I
SNL
thought-
skit with Jim Carrey.
I thought it was reversed.
No,
Yeah, I thought the skit came afterwards.
no, skit came first.
Oh.
Because Saturday Night Live, because they were so successful with Wayne's World, they thought they could just make, because they did one for.
I know they did Blues Brothers. That was a
Well, the
skit.
Blues Brothers was probably the first one.
Yeah, okay.
Blues Brothers was amazing.
So good.
The sequel was not that.
I didn't see the sequel. I heard it was bad.
It's
But the first one is freaking awesome. And they mentioned Kokomo in.
Yeah.
yeah. They go to the country.
You go to
bunker.
Bob's Country Bunker in Kokomo, Indiana. It's got chicken wire on the stage.
We got
so
the country palace now.
It's close. They
Yeah.
should just call it the Country Bunker. I wish I had enough money. I'd open a place up and call it Bob's Country Bunker. Just for that reason.
Are you Bob?
But they did that, and then with the success of Wayne's World, because Wayne's World, that movie blew up. Then they put one for It's Pat, which was lame. Then they had the one Mary Catherine, where she smelled her armpits all the time.
Oh gosh.
Superstar.
Oh god.
They did one for that.
Superstar.
Yeah. So then they did Night at the Roxbury, and that was the only other one that was good as far as the Saturday Night Live skit.
Coneheads?
Yeah, they made one for Coneheads, but the thing was that Coneheads was the 70s, and it didn't come out till like early 90s. I think it came out in 93.
Yeah.
But again, they were capitalizing on the success of Wayne's World, because Wayne's World came out in 92, I believe.
Too bad they never made a movie about the salesman that had to go down by the river.
Right?
That would have been a good movie.
Matt Foley.
Yeah.
You know who skits should do movies?
Chris Farley.
Yes.
You said Matt Foley.
Because it's Matt Foley, motivational speaker.
Oh, okay.
That's his character name.
Okay.
Yeah, he's Matt Foley, motivational speaker. Yes.
You know who skits should get some movies?
Who?
Dave Chappelle.
Why?
Some of his skits from the Chappelle Show are hilarious.
Did you see the one where he was the blind? He was the blind guy.
Yeah,
and he was the head of the KKK.
Yeah, he was like the Grand Dragon, and he's a blind black guy.
He's a black guy, and they never let him take his hood off. Oh man, that's so. Get out of here, stupid! People look at him like, why are they? Why is he? You never seen that one?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I don't know.
That whole skit is hysterical.
It's been so long since I even sat down and watched Chappelle Show.
He's like,
I know they just
he's yelling at black
recently had it
people,
on
calling them the
Netflix.
N word, and telling them to get out of here, and how much he hates black people, and they're like looking at him like, what are you talking about? Because he's black, but he's blind, so you don't know what black people look like.
He's just racist.
He's
to
just
be
racist. 'Cause he's racist. This is-
The player haters ball.
I like the draft.
Oh yeah. We'll trade for.
Is it like Eminem for Tiger Woods or
Yeah.
something like that?
And then we'll give you Condoleezza Rice
Yeah.
and Colin Powell too.
Rip.
Rest in peace. Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories with Rick James.
I don't remember those.
That was after Chappelle left and went to Africa for a year.
Oh, okay.
So they had Charlie Murphy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
That's Eddie Murphy's brother.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He passed away too.
Yeah,
later.
Charlie Murphy did.
Yeah. What did he die of? I forget.
I don't know.
Speaking of
Dying?
Britney Murphy.
Yes. Brittany Murphy.
I don't remember who that is.
How can you not? She was in Clueless. And she was the girl that says, I'll never tell. And I'll never tell.
I thought she's been dead for a while now.
She has, but I watched this documentary on
Oh, okay.
HBO about her.
Okay, got it.
And so she marries.
Did I miss something?
She marries this guy, Simon Monchak. And he's supposed to be a director or screenwriter or something, right? This gives me hope still that I can marry a celebrity, because he was a big fat piece of crap and he got Brittany Murphy.
Jennifer Aniston's looking for a regular guy.
See, I am a regular guy. There we go. Me and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, she was in 8 Mile too.
Yeah, she was in 8
Yeah.
Mile. Yeah,
She played
she
his
played
wife.
Eminem's girlfriend. that cheated on him with the other
Yeah.
guy. Yeah. So, like, so she dies, right? And they say she dies of pneumonia, and everybody thought, well, he had her killed, and it was a drug overdose and stuff like that. And you go into their house, and it is like, they were like hoarders. Like, she had like room of just clothes, like on racks, like it looked like a store. And their bathroom was just cluttered with everything. Everything in their house was clutter. And I was surprised that an actress would live in a house of so much clutter. But, like, she was sick. First she was anemic. And she got super, super skinny. And she lost a part in a movie because they said that she was high on something. But when they did the toxicology reports, they didn't find any drugs in her system except whatever she was taking for her pneumonia or whatever. Basically, she didn't get to the doctor in time and she died of pneumonia. That's what it boils down to. Because Simon Bobjack didn't take care of her like he should have. He should have seen the
issues on the...
the issues and taken her to the doctor. But then he died shortly after that, the same thing.
Well, when your house is that cluttered and
Exactly.
dirty.
Oh my! And I think that was part of it. Was who knows? I mean, there could have been mold in the AC system, because I know when I lived in Florida, mold's a big problem down there, and it gets in your AC system, and then when it gets cold, you turn the heat on, and all that mold just comes out, and it can make you sick, really sick. I lived in a house where we rented, and around the vents in the ceiling, there was mold. So and we were sick all the time. Kids had asthma and you had migraines and stuff. So I mean, I think with, like you said, with all that clutter and stuff. But come to find out, she had $3 million in her estate when she died, and he burned through all of it. And when he died, it was her mom lived with him, and she had nothing.
Jeez.
And like he had kids with like other women. And like he didn't know, he had like a son with a woman previously, because he was much older than Britney Murphy was, and his son never knew him. He was a liar. He was a big fat liar. He sold all of this, but she was in love with him. I mean, you see pictures of him, and she's just all googly eyed over him. I don't know how he did it, but I have hope that I too could marry a superstar and live in the Hollywood Hills.
Good luck with that.
I'm just keeping my options open. I'm not dating right now, but if I do, I'm shooting for the stars.
If you're a single actress or a superstar, hit Kris with KO.
That's right. Hit me up. Podnerds.com, at Podnerds on Twitter. You got look me up on Facebook. You can find me there. K_branch21 on Twitter as well. That's my Twitter handle. So hit me up. He's single.
Unfortunately or fortunately.
Probably fortunately. Speaking of dying, are we bringing up Alec Baldwin?
I guess we should talk a little bit about it. It's news.
It's very news.
It's very tragic news.
This is people are like, I don't feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for her family. Now wait a second.
I feel sorry for all of them.
I feel sorry for it's the whole situation.
Yeah.
You can as much of an asshole he is and a dick, and I mean I've seen the videos and I've seen him beat people up and threaten people and call them names, and yeah, is he a horrible person? Yes, he's an asshole. He's a dick. He's the biggest dick out there. He really is. But I never wish bad.
Chevy Chase was.
Well, that too. Yeah, but Chevy Chase don't threaten to beat people up or has beaten people up like.
He probably hasn't shot anybody.
Okay.
Okay.
but still. Maybe I'm soft, and maybe that's why I, am single and depressed, because people walk all over me all the time. But I never wish bad things on people, even people I don't care for.
I don't think
No, because they're like, well, we don't feel sorry for Alec Baldwin. We feel sorry for her family because he didn't do what he was supposed to do, and he was negligent. And was he negligent? Probably. But still, I mean, he killed a person. How does that... I can't imagine how I would feel knowing that I did that to somebody.
You wonder how many times that gun passed to so many people that should be checking it.
Should be checking that, make sure it's not real. Was it real bullets?
It was a real... They're saying. They don't... There's so many stories. I heard it was a live round.
Yeah, I heard. It was,
how does a live round get on set?
Yeah, exactly. Just on the whole premises, on the whole set. Yeah, like why don't they just Yeah.
And now they said that he was practicing aiming the gun at the camera. And she was setting it up is what it was. And he discharged it.
You should never have your finger on the trigger. I mean,
right.
There's rules for gun safety,
yes.
And then he just didn't abide by them.
Well, he's a big anti-gun person.
He's very anti-gun. He's very, very liberal. He hates.
I
mean, he like when Dick Cheney shot his buddy on the hunting trip.
Yeah.
He was making fun of it. Like there's a Twitter, like somebody brought it up and they're posting crap about it. And I'm like, you can't do that to somebody. I mean, I guess people do that. I can't do that. I'm not a big Alec Baldwin fan. I don't like him. I think he's a horrible person. But I never wish ill will on anybody.
Mm-mm.
And
he killed a person. And
he killed a person, and he's got to live with that for the rest of his life. Almost killed another
person.
Yeah. And he didn't. There was no. He wasn't doing it on purpose. You know, he's all blow. He just talks a lot. He might bitch slap you, but that's all he's going to do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But you reap what you sow. I'm a firm believer in reaping what you sow, or people call it karma. I'm biblical. You reap what you sow. And when you talk shit, I mean, bad stuff can happen to you. When you do bad things to people, bad things can happen. That's why I won't talk crap about Alec Baldwin, because I don't want to do anything stupid either. I mean, anybody can screw up.
Yeah, you never know when an accident's going to happen, and unfortunately, it was tragic this time. The accident that happened.
I do feel for her family. I really feel bad. I mean, a mother. Yeah, no.
Shall we put our tinfoil hats on?
No, we're not putting the tinfoil hats on.
I just want. There's a lot of negligence to go around, and it kind of sucks for I guess the gun community. I mean, they know how to handle this, and apparently, I don't know why he was able to handle this gun, even if it was fake. I mean, I'm sure he had to sign documents.
They said he had to take a gun safety course. He did take a gun safety course.
When your movies use real guns.
Yeah. I mean, look. Rule number 1 is treat all guns as if it's loaded.
Right.
Well, I mean, he shouldn't. He didn't do that.
No.
I mean, clearly.
Right.
Number 2, I mean, never let the gun point at anything that you're not willing to destroy.
Right.
But guess what?
That's 2 rules he broke right there. Exactly.
3, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. I mean,
he broke the 3
maybe he was
rules.
ready to fire, but he had it in the wrong direction. I mean, he had it pointed at someone.
Right.
He didn't treat it as if it's loaded. I mean, the 4th one, he broke that one too.
I also want to defend him a little bit in the sense that how many movies has he done where he's had to handle a gun? And how many times has he, pulled the trigger on that gun and it's just been a blank round?
Right. Or empty.
And
it was funny, I saw...
so he probably trusts the prop guys.
Well, of course he does. Well, that was the thing, and they told him it was a cold gun. So... that which means that it was empty.
Yeah.
Now, I saw a tweet from John O'Hara, who follows us on Who's Your Nerds podcast, and he was in Clownado, and he marks on the IMDb page about their movie in the goof section. Mm-hmm. It said that the character has a 9mm, but you can clearly see that it doesn't have the what you call it,
the pin or
the clip.
Oh, the magazine.
The magazine,
clearly not in the...
Yeah, right. And he said that was for safety purposes. That's why it was like that. That was done on purpose. That wasn't a goof.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But most...
can you remove the firing pin, too? That way it just never... Even if you do pull a trigger, it never fires.
You would think the safety might have been on. I mean, why wasn't the safety on?
It might have been depending on the gun, it might not have a safety. Some guns...
I mean, that's true.
It was an old Western.
It was an old Western
gun.
So
it was probably a revolver type.
Right.
At least.
I was gonna say my gun in my car is a double action. You got to hit the safety. You put the grip has a safety on it, and then the trigger has a safety. You squeeze both, the gun's live.
Right.
There's no a Glock or something.
I would never wish any ill will. I would never say, that's what you get for talking shit about people. Now you gone and killed somebody. I would never do that.
Yeah. From what I heard, he was tremendously upset about it too.
Oh, yeah, there's pictures of it.
Yeah, it's awful. Yeah. I can't imagine. I mean,
it's not like he meant it. I don't think he meant it.
Of course, he didn't mean to do it. And it's the tragedy for him and for her family and everybody involved. And
entire set.
Yeah, you
Movies.
can't. Yeah,
Who's on here?
that movie's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's not getting made. But you can't. And it's a horrible. Like I said, you never talk shit about people, and that's why you never talk shit about people. But I mean, like somebody tweeted, Alec Baldwin has killed more people than my AR-15 has. Somebody tweeted that. I'm like, you can't say stuff like that. That's terrible. That's so mean. Because everybody talks about how your AR-15s kill everybody. But, I mean, here's a perfect example of guns. I mean, that's the other side is, guns kill people. Well, no, people kill people. Whether you're meant to or you're negligent.
Yeah, the whole
his
argument,
negligence. Yeah.
The whole argument is set a gun on the table. Nobody touches it. It's not going to kill anybody.
That's right.
I mean,
Unless there's a catastrophic malfunction, which isn't going to happen.
It only kills somebody when it's in the hands of somebody. Right. So I do feel bad for, as much as I dislike him, I do feel bad for Alec Baldwin because now he's got to live. I mean, there's charges going to come up.
Sure.
That was his movie, so he's responsible for all of that.
Yeah, he's going to at least get
There'll be lawsuits.
Probably.
Class 3 manslaughter.
Yeah. There's lawsuits. There's criminal charges, and then he still has to live with that for the rest of his life. And I can't imagine how that would feel. I would never put that on anybody. That's got to be off.
My one question, how was it 2 people got shot? Did he pull the trigger once and shoot again?
It went through her and hit the director behind her.
Okay.
So that's a live
round. What did you
round.
pull it once and then go, oh crap, bang, oh crap?
No. It's
I don't know.
It's not a Family Guy skit.
Like when you drop it and it shoots again when it drops on the ground.
Honestly, I was like, how do you shoot 2 people?
No, it went through her.
You be like...
It went through her and got him, and then she died on the way to the hospital, I guess. That's awful.
Yeah.
That's terrible. And then they do talk about, there's a lot... There's so many movies, I guess, that are halfway done or partially done because there's accidents on the movie. I guess they were making a movie about Greg Allman. And...
Not Greg Cashew?
No. Almond, not Almond.
Oh, okay.
The Greg Allman Band. And a director or a camera operator got hit by a train. And they didn't have permission to be on the tracks.
Oh, well.
But the train wasn't supposed to be on the tracks at that time anyway. And I don't know how you can't see it.
Yeah, you can't hear.
You can't hear a freaking train or see it coming. I mean, I don't understand how you get
guys,
by a
there's a train. There's a train.
Train. It's like that part in Austin Powers where the big steamroller's coming and the guy's going, ah! And it's really slow.
Or what was it was a comedy? It was definitely it was Deadpool when he was driving the
Zamboni.
Zamboni, yeah. And the guy's just crawling away as slow as possible.
You're about to die to a Zamboni. What about the Maze Runner movie got delayed? The third Maze Runner movie got delayed 3 or 4 years because the main actor got hurt doing a stunt.
Really?
Yeah, that movie got delayed a couple of years. What he got burnt, or I thought he fell off a truck or something.
I think it's burned sounds right.
Yeah, but yeah, that movie got delayed a few years.
Scorch Trials, so I mean.
Yeah. But by then, the first one was so good, the second one was okay, but we were all waiting for the third one, and it took so long to come out because he got hurt.
But, and they just maze run. I mean,
well, that's just the first one.
Just keep maze running. I mean, you can only maze run for so long.
Through a maze.
That tries to kill you.
Yeah. With monsters.
I was supposed to go through a maze on Saturday night, but it was too muddy and they didn't have it open. A little disappointed.
Let's start wrapping up. What are we doing tomorrow? We're going to go to
Riff Tracks.
We're going to Riff Tracks again.
Riff Tracks. Mikey can't go.
Nope.
Damn it.
He's got to go bowling.
It is Amityville 4, The Reckoning.
Oh, bowling. Okay.
I think is what it is.
I didn't know there was 4 of them.
I did not know either. I knew there was 2 of them.
Yeah, I knew 2. I knew they did a remake also.
But I didn't know. They did do a remake with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. That was Ryan Reynolds before Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Amityville 4, The Evil Escapes. We got to go down to Castleton to see it because they don't show that shit here in Kokomo.
He gets to skip work early. I get to wait.
Yeah, like 15 minutes.
Still enough time to get going. We'll see.
Yeah.
If you talk to Bill and be like, "Hey, Bill, can I get out like at 30 minutes?"
Yeah, I would like to. Then we can stop and eat.
Skip your lunch or something.
Amityville 4, the evil.
Honestly,
I can make it up. The time. Amityville 4, the evil escapes. Another Riff Tracks live.
I wonder what the pre.
Oh, the short?
The short's going to be.
I don't know. But I noticed they're starting to put on their YouTube channel, Riff Tracks, is putting a lot of their Riff Tracks live that they showed in theaters. They're starting in the past. They're starting to put them on their YouTube channel
for free.
Yes,
well, that's good because
they got Carnival of Souls.
If it's old enough, they're not making money on it anymore, so might as well put it out for free.
Night of the Living Dead. I remember I saw Night of the Living Dead.
That is one of my favorite ones of theirs.
Star Games, which I saw, that one was terrible.
Mikey, I forget, have you ever seen Riff Tracks live? We need to show him the Night of the Living Dead. Did you see that Sci-Fi is remaking Night of the Living Dead? It's just going to be a miniseries.
No.
It starts this Friday. They're going to start showing, doing a miniseries for.
They do like a Samurai Cop live too. Yeah, Carnival of Souls is the most recent one, and they done Miami Connection, which was filmed in.
We need to get them to do Terror Squad.
We do. I wish they would. I keep suggesting Terror Squad to them all the time. Do you know a movie we can riff? They do it on Twitter all the time. And I'm like, you got to do Terror Squad.
Next time you see that, like, let me know because I'll tweet them too. Okay. I can give a copy.
Riff Tracks was the only way we got through the Star Wars Holiday Special. Let's not forget.
Yeah. That was 2.5 hours.
It wasn't 2.5 hours. It was only like 90 minutes. It was just a long ass 90 minutes.
It felt like it was 2.5
hours. You know what? I would watch that again with the Riff Tracks before I would watch Dune. I'm going to tell you that right now.
There's no way I'd watch that fucking show.
I actually thought about watching Dune again because I liked it. I want to watch it just for the
visual effects.
The visual effects. The score.
Didn't Jason Momoa say he saw it like 4 times?
Yeah.
They paid him $1 billion.
I'm sure
I would go see it 4 times too.
Just show up at theater, we'll pay you.
I will make the shittiest movie out there and go see it like all the time. I mean, look at Tommy Wiseau, what he does with The Room.
It's always he lives off of that.
He lives off that.
I wonder how much money he got for Franco doing it.
He probably he sold the store. Obviously, he sold. Well, that was Greg Sestero. That was Greg Sestero. That's his book. It's not Tommy Wiseau's book.
Yeah, but you think he'd at least get money off of it?
He probably got money because he used his, the likeness and all that stuff. Too, yeah. But he's making bank touring the country. He was till COVID hit, because that's how I met him.
All he has to do is, hey, I'm going to do a screening. Come.
That's
watch
exactly,
it.
And that's
then people like us are going to go there and
they do Q&A sessions. He does a little quick Q&A session before the movie. He meets people in the lobby of the movie theater.
I sell some merch.
I bought 2 T-shirts. Yeah. I bought 2 T-shirts and the script, and I got the script autographed by Tommy Wiseau. And he gave me advice on my documentary. So he's a pretty awesome guy. So. I mean, we didn't know of The Room till Riff Tracks. Thank God for Riff Tracks. It was revealed. And it was the only way I got through them sparkly vampire movies. What was it?
The Birds.
Twilight?
I watched The Birds with them. Birdemic.
Oh my God, I think Birdemic's on their YouTube channel. That movie's terrible.
Yeah. We need to get them to watch Hard Ticket to Hawaii also.
Oh, yes. Anything Andy Sedaris.
Yeah. Hard Ticket to Hawaii, just not the first one. The first one sucks.
I'm sure they've been suggested by
other
people before.
I was really sad no one commented on our shirts.
I can't believe nobody recognized, not one freaking person.
They might have, and we're like, what's that from? I know what that's from.
I'm going as that guy next year at Comic-Con.
You going to get a little Uzi?
I'm going to get Uzis and khakis and a blue shirt. No, I'm just combing out because he's just got his hair combed. Oh, okay. I can get away with it how it is. There it is. How much?
$5.
How much?
$5.
See, that's all I need. I got to put a little strap on it.
Wait, that's a sticker.
Jeez.
$40 right here. It's a little.
I bet you I can find one at like Walmart or maybe a.
Right here, $10.
See, where's it at?
Right here, actually $11, but yeah.
You got to paint that shit black. You can't have the orange on it.
If they actually weapon check you, you do.
Huh?
Yeah, it's kind of illegal.
What?
That's illegal.
What's illegal?
Without an orange tip.
So the orange tip that can be removed?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll remove the orange tip.
No, you can't. No.
Why not?
A kid just got shot for doing that by a cop.
Not in a Comic-Con. I'm talking about remove it once you get inside.
Nah, that's probably not a good idea either.
I don't care. I'm going to do it.
I'm not going to do it.
I don't know this guy.
Shoot him.
Yeah,
Shoot him.
get him.
Meanwhile, people are walking around Comic-Con with Bushido blades on their back.
I'm going to go as
Plastic.
Sure they were.
I'm going to go as next year. I'm going to get a Star Trek uniform. And I'm going to get a lightsaber and go as a Jedi. I'm going to piss people off.
That would be awesome.
Go as maybe one of us go as a Jedi and like
live long and prosper.
Get
a Jedi with some 40 years.
And we can have a phaser instead of a saber.
Phaser instead of a lightsaber. Great idea.
And then you go as the henchman.
I'll go as the henchman from Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
All right. You can catch us at Twitter, Pod Nerds, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, and Amazon.
That's right.
Do
we have a shower thought?
Do we have a shower thought? I kind of forgot because
I kind of have one. I always, for some reason, it always comes in my mind every now and then, especially during spooky season.
Oh.
Because, I mean...
Freaking Pacers lost again.
Gabby Petito or whatever, and...
Brian
Laundrie.
Like, how he was kind of, like, found in, like, his remains.
And now we don't know if it's him or not.
Oh,
have you heard that?
I'm sure I thought they confirmed it was him.
Oh, nope. No. Now they're saying it was just the jawbone. It said the tooth or something.
Oh, yeah.
They got to send it to somebody else to...
Okay. Well, I mean, it's like, and I drive, like, everywhere, like, out in the country and stuff. Like, I've been doing that a lot, but it's like, how many times do you think, like, you pass somewhere and there might be, like, a dead body that's been out there, like, in the forest? And, like, it's so back in the woods, like, nobody's ever going to walk and, like, find it.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's been, like, and it could be years and years, and then just, like,
they finally decided to build a house there and dig up the bones.
Or it could be like You. I always watched the first season of You, or like the third season. I started the third season of You on Netflix, and they killed someone, and they put it in they were just starting to put foundation at a house.
Mm-hmm.
So they put it in the dirt in the house, and then put foundation on it the next day, like the construction company. Mm-hmm. They don't know the body's in there, so no one's ever going to find that body. It's like,
well, I mean, people have found bodies in like walls of houses that they've remodeled.
I'm sure,
so,
but, like, about how many? I'm like, there's tons and tons of bodies that have not been found. I'm just certain of it.
Oh yeah, you know what? On that.
Of it.
Oh, there's those documentaries on like whatever the murder channel, like ID and all those.
Yeah.
And they use like Ocala, Florida, because people throw bodies out in the swamp all the time because they get eaten by the alligators and the bugs and shit. Sure. And they never get found.
Well, you could, instead of 6 foot, dig, set 8 or 9 feet, put the body there, put a layer of dirt, put an animal body there, like a dog or something.
Draw off the scent. Yeah.
Clay. That's what the mobsters use.
Just give them some cement shoes.
If you bury them, you got to use clay because clay decomposes the body faster. Yeah. Not that I know this from experience. This is only based off of watching mob movies.
Put them in a hog pen. The hog will eat them.
There's a lot of cases, I guess, there are missing persons in Indiana that drew national attention, and you never found them. Like that Lauren Spurrier and IU or something, right?
Yeah, they found her.
Oh, they found the killer, but like the Burger Chef killer in Speedway.
Yeah, Burger Chef.
The guy that killed those 2 girls.
The guy that killed those 2 girls over in Delphi. Yeah.
Did they find those bodies yet? The 2 girls.
No,
they found the bodies. They didn't find out who killed them.
Okay. I'm talking about missing bodies.
Missing bodies, like Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
Hoffa's in the water somewhere. Let's be honest.
Ask Michael Francis. He knows.
So that was my spooky kind of.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah.
Just like.
How many times have you driven by a dead body
Yeah.
and not know it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's very truthful. That's a scary thought. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Well,
Go sleep now.
I will.
Just sleep now.
you'll never
Just
wonder
sleep
who your nerds are because that's us, and we'll be spooky next time because it's going to be a Halloween episode.